Hi, good morning children. Dear student, today I am here to explain 5th standard social science. The chapter name is, what did we learn in the previous class? The chapter name is India's independence movement. The first part I has already learned in the previous class. You just remember what did we discuss in the previous class. Dear students, we discussed about the Indian National Congress, All India Muslim League, and also we were learnt about the partition of Bengal. Was the British Governor General who made partition of Bengal. And you too learnt about the First World War. A bold sight about the First World War. What was the major reason for the First World War? How which was connected to the India's freedom struggle. And also we discussed about the heart rending scene in Jallianwala Bagh. General Dyer, he opened fire against people, a common people, okay, in which many people were died, a common people. Okay, the Jallianwala Bagh is one of the worst events in the history of India. Dear students, when we start reading about the Jallianwala Bagh, do you know children, there is a goosebump. Why? In that place, more than 10,000 people were gathered, assembled. Without any intimation, General Dyer, the British Governor General, okay, he ordered to open the fire against the assembled people, in which more than 300 people were died, more than 600 people injured, right? Yes, this was really taunted. Yes, the freedom fighters of India, especially most of the freedom fighters of India, they got rage, R-A-G-E, rage, a violent anger. Rage means violent anger. Most of the freedom fighters got a rage against the Britishers' attitude and also incident at Jallianwala Bagh. Now, for this incident, how did the father of our nation reacted? Let us see. Rise of Mahatma Gandhi. As you all know that he is the father of our nation. Mahatma Gandhi ji played a key role in winning freedom, the freedom for India. Without him, you couldn't able to imagine the freedom for India. He introduced concept of ahimsa. He had a strong weapon. It is still alive, dear student. Dear students, the principle of non-violence, satyagraha, these have been still alive in the 20th century. Especially Mahatma Gandhi used a strong weapon against British, that is non-violence, right? Which he used to fight against British, the mighty British. He was born October 2nd, 1869 at Porbandar. Where was he born? He was born at Porbandar in the year 1869. Right? What was his early education? He completed his law degree in the year of 1891. Where he was completed, dear students? He was completed in England and returned to India. It was in South Africa that Gandhiji became a Mahatma. How did Gandhi become Mahatma? There is an incident. His life, dear students, his life in South Africa underwent change when the fought against racism. When he went to South Africa, he had a challenge over there. He gave a finishing for the racial system. there was a huge gap between the white people and black people in the South Africa. Do you know, children, which is not in the textbook? South Africa got independence in the year of 1994. Especially, Mahatma Gandhiji played a very important role, yes, in checking the racial system in South Africa. As you all know that, when he fought against racism and defend the rights of Indians there is struggled in the favor of Indians. When he returned to India in the year of 1915, few people knew him. By that time, most of the people came to know about Mahatma Gandhiji. Very soon, he became very popular in India due to his simplicity and leadership abilities and qualities. Now, how did Mahatma Gandhiji react? How did Mahatma Gandhiji react to the Jallianwala Bagh? Dear students, non-cooperation movement. Yes, the non-cooperation movement which was held in the year of 1922, am I right? This is the duration of, yes, non-cooperation movement. Then what is meant by, yes, non-cooperation movement, dear students? Yes, non-cooperation movements, which means, as you all know that, it's a story, a tale story behind the non-cooperation movement. After the World War I, the breaking down of democracy dream and the Jallianwala Bagh tragedy caused a lot of disappointment among the freedom fighters of India. So, in 1920, the Indian National Congress, INC, Indian National Congress, decided to launch non-cooperation movement with the leadership of Mahatma Gandhiji. What is meant by non-cooperation movement? Which was forced against British government with the leadership of Mahatma Gandhiji. Now let us see what are the major aims of this non-cooperation movement. This movement aimed at resisting the British rule through non-violence. This is the first one, dear students. Through non-violence, the Indian freedom fighters wanted to resist the rule of the British. And they wanted to have a non-cooperation with the British. Its main objective was to boycott everything. All the goods of England boycotted. It included the foreign goods and use of Swadeshi goods. Keep this line. Okay? Boycotting all the foreign goods. For example, today, foreign things, what we have been using, jeans pant, it's a foreign goods. That has to be banned. Like that in those days, okay, Mahatma Gandhiji boycotted all the foreign goods. Instead of that, the Swadeshi goods wanted to use. Am I right, children? Use the Swadeshi goods. At the same time, boycott of government education institution, the second aim of the non-cooperation movement. All the government institution was boycotted. Lawyers left their practices. Children came out from their studies. Okay. Here, the popularizing charaka playing and yarn spinning was very famous on those days in producing what? Swadeshi goods, dear students. Now, the progress of the non-cooperation movement. What is the progress of the non-cooperation movement? Many students boycotted their educational institutions. Especially, the lawyers give up their practices. They left their professions. A number of people surrendered their titles and resigned from the honorary offices. Most of the Indian freedom fighters, they left their jobs. They returned their honors to the British. Right? This was a progress. People organized bonfire of foreign cloths and goods. Most of the people boycotted the cloths of foreign, right, and goods. Then what was the conclusion of this non-cooperation movement, dear students? Though the movement by and large was peaceful, the entire non-cooperation movement was carried out very peacefully through non-violence manner, dear students. An excited mob attacked a police outpost. Why? When year of 1922 at Chauri Chaura. This is known as a Chauri Chaura incident in UP, Uttar Pradesh. Okay, there 20 constables were killed by this non-cooperation position, the people who were gathered there. Gandhiji felt that the movement had lost its path of non-violence. By the end of this non-violence, most of the people who were gathered there, they killed 20 of the people of British, the police constables, and apprehending the similar troubles in other parts of this country. You need to observe, children. He announced a suspicion of the movement. Right? By this incident, Mahatma Gandhiji was very, very bad. He was mourning about this incident. He didn't expect that. Okay, yes. Then what was the outcome? What was the outcome of this non-cooperation movement, dear students? The outcome of this non-cooperation movement converted the freedom struggle into a mass movement. Okay, actually, the non-cooperation movement converted completely to the freedom struggle. Right? It gave people the weapons of non-cooperations, non-violence, ahimsa, and strengthened the Hindu-Muslim unity. The non-cooperation movement strengthened the unity among the Muslims and Hindus. Here is a beautiful animation. Let us get in.
Non-Cooperation Movement, 1920 to 22. After the World War I, the breaking down of democracy dream and the Jallianwala Bagh tragedy caused a lot of disappointment and anger among Indians. So, in 1920, the Indian National Congress decided to launch non-cooperation movement against the British government under the leadership of Gandhiji. This movement aimed at resisting the British rule through non-violence and non-cooperation, and its main objective was to boycott everything connected with the British government. It included boycott of foreign goods and use of Swadeshi goods, boycott of government educational institutions, surrender of the titles and honorary offices, popularizing charkha playing and yarn spinning. Progress. Many students boycotted their educational institutions, lawyers gave up their profession, and a number of people surrendered their titles and resigned from honorary offices. People organized bonfire of foreign clothes and goods. Conclusion. Though the movement by and large was peaceful, yet an excited mob attacked a police outpost on February 5, 1922 at Chauri Chaura in UP, killing about 20 constables. Gandhiji felt that the movement had lost its path of non-violence. Apprehending similar troubles in other parts of the country, he announced suspension of the movement. Outcome. The non-cooperation movement converted the freedom struggle into a mass movement. It gave people the weapons of non-cooperation and non-violence, ahimsa, and strengthened the Hindu-Muslim unity.
Yes, dear students, you watched this video. Now, after the Jallianwala Bagh incident, the non-cooperation movement was put forward, okay, to fight against the British. Now, the another movement was started, okay, in order to face the Britishers, right? That is civil disobedience movement, which was held in the year of 1930. Dear students, what is meant by civil disobedience movement? Okay, who has carried out this? Okay, these are all questions arised. Yes, sir, as you know that in December 1929, the Indian National Congress Party decided to start the civil disobedient movement. This is one more question. Who decided to start this civil disobedient movement? That is National Congress Party, which has strongly decided to start a disobedience movement. For what? For complete independence, dear students. Right? You know, children, India wanted to achieve its freedom in the year of 1929. Unfortunately, it got failure. Here are some reasons for that. See, a complete freedom, or which is also called as a Purna Swaraj, from the British rule. Right? The party also decided to observe 26th January 1930 as the complete Independence Day. Yes, as per the Indian National Congress, okay, yes, the Freedom Day of India was 1930, January 26th. But I tell you, it is not in the textbook. Okay, on that day also, yes, the Indian flag was designed. But remember, on that day, the Ashoka Chakra was not included. Right? Yes, the Purna Swaraj was declared in the year of 1929 under the leadership of Mahatma Gandhi ji. Right? The civil disobedient movement was launched in early 1939. Okay, how it has been connected? Okay, it began with the Dandi March. What is meant by Dandi March? Okay, march towards Dandi with the leadership of Mahatma Gandhi ji. On 12th March 1938, Gandhi ji and his followers left Sabramati, Porbandar. They left that ashrama, Sabramati ashrama at Ahmedabad and made their way towards Dandi March. Why did they go there? It is a question. Am I right? After traveling over long distance, they reached Dandi on 6th April 1930. Finally, that was a march. Especially they walked, especially on their food, right? They completed their march in the year of 1930, April 6th, right? Here, what was happened? Yes, why? Yes, dear students, here Gandhiji protested against the salt satyagraha, the salt law of the government by making salt. Yes, even the Indians wanted to pay taxes for the salt. Right, children? Yes, here Mahatma Gandhi ji, he took a very strong decision, okay, to go for a march to Dandi. The Dandi March was the beginning of the civil disobedient movement. This is the way the civil disobedient movement was started, right? And very importantly, dear students, we need to understand, in response to Gandhiji's call for the civil disobedience, the people of India, in a large number, in a very big number, they participated in this movement, the Dandi March. The Satyagrahis took possession, held meeting, boycotted foreign goods. The foreign goods were completely boycotted, were completely banned by the Indian native people. Withheld payment of revenue. Okay, they broke the paying of revenue. Picked before the liquor. Okay, yes, they banned the liquor shops and they violated restraint orders of the government. All the people, the possession people, they broke all these rules. Thousands of women also participated in this movement, and the civil disobedient movement. This panicked the government. Here, a small fear was started among the Britishers. Am I right? Simultaneously, dear students, the government resorted to use of force in order to suppress the agitation. Even the British tried to suppress the position of civil disobedience. The large mass, the mass arrest, few of them arrested, few of them tortured, few of them fired, and lathi charge was carried out on the common people, on the common position. In the civil disobedience movement, the Congress was outlawed. Okay, the Congress was completely broken the laws. On 5th May, it's 1930, Gandhiji and other top leaders of Congress were arrested in this incident. They were completely arrested and they were shifted to jails. However, the country was becoming restless with each passing day. The entire country was under this restless. Am I right? Finally, Gandhiji and other leaders were released from jail in the last week of January 1931. Even actually, in 5th March 1931, Gandhiji Irwin Act was passed. It was signed between, yes, Governor General Irwin and Gandhiji. The pact was signed between them. Right? Yes, before going to that, here is a beautiful animation. Let's get in.
Civil Disobedience Movement, 1930. In December 1929, the Indian National Congress Party decided to start the Civil Disobedience Movement for complete independence, or Purna Swaraj, from the British rule. The party also decided to observe 26th January 1930 as the Complete Independence Day. Under the leadership of Gandhiji, the Civil Disobedience Movement was launched in early 1930. It began with the Dandi March. On 12th March 1930, Gandhiji and his followers left the Sabarmati ashram at Ahmedabad and made their way towards Dandi. After traveling over a long distance, they reached Dandi on 6 April 1930. Here Gandhiji protested against the salt law of the government by making salt himself, thus throwing up a challenge to the British government. The Dandi March was the beginning of the civil disobedience movement. In response to Gandhiji's call for the civil disobedience, the people of India in large number took part in the movement. The Satyagrahis took processions, held meetings, boycotted foreign goods, withheld payment of revenue, picketed before the liquor shops, and violated restraint orders of the government. Thousands of women also participated in the movement. This panicked the government. The government resorted to use of force in order to suppress the agitation. Mass arrests, torture, fire, lathi charges became common. The Congress was outlawed. On 5th May 1930, Gandhiji and other top leaders of the Congress were arrested and put in jails. However, the country was becoming restless with each passing day, and finally Gandhiji and the other leaders were released from jails in the last week of January 1931. Eventually, on 5th March 1931, the Gandhi-Irwin Pact was signed.
Yes, dear students, up to now you watched about the animation about the civil disobedience movement. Now, it's very interesting story about the Indian National Army. Yes, here is a revolutionary. He is none other than Subhash Chandra Bose. It's a pride to discuss. Okay, it's a pride and precious time to discuss about Subhash Chandra Bose. Dear students, we shouldn't forget is the efforts of Subhash Chandra Bose and all the revolutionaries in getting freedom. They also struggled a lot, and also they created fear in the Britishers. Dear students, though Subhash Chandra Bose had been a president of Indian National Congress in the year of 1937 and 39, right? Between 1937 to 1939, Subhash Chandra Bose was the president of the Indian National Congress, right? He and many other leaders of the Congress party had differences with the other majority group in the Congress, right? See, as you all know that, children, yes, there was a disobedience between the violence group and the non-violence group. Means Mahatma Gandhi's group and yes, Subhash Chandra Bose group. Okay, there was a disobedience between the group. Now let us see what happened. Dear students, Subhash Chandra Bose left the Indian National Congress and formed a new party. That party is called as the Indian National Army. He built an army, right? Named All India Forward Bloc. The party which was built by Subhash Chandra Bose, which is called as All India Forward Bloc. Why did he build this group? He secured the support of Germany. At the time, even Germany, Hitler gave a huge support to, yes, this Subhash Chandra Bose. And Japan to fight the British in India. He just organized the Japan and Germany to fight against British. For this purpose, he organized the Indian National Army. Who organized Indian National Army? Yes, Subhash Chandra Bose, INA. This INA fought the troops of the British government in the northern eastern part of this country, right? And recorded many victories by this Indian National Army. We shouldn't forget that. However, with the surrender of Japan in 1945, INA's operation stopped. Okay, until the great support of Japan, yes, the INA was achieved a huge victory. But when the Japan was surrendered in the year of 1945, after the Second World War, right? Yes, the functions of the INA was completely stopped. Bose believed to have died in a plane crash, but the circumstances of his death are not at all clear. Up to now, we have been taught that like this, right? Yes, Subhash Chandra Bose died is because of plane crash, but the truth is different, yet to be proved, right? Here is a beautiful animation.
The Indian National Army. Though Subhash Chandra Bose had been president of the Indian National Congress in 1937 and 1939, he and many other leaders of the Congress party had differences with the other majority group in the Congress on certain matters. Subhash Chandra Bose left the Congress and formed a new party named All India Forward Bloc. He secured support of Germany and Japan to fight the British in India. For this purpose, he organized the Indian National Army. The INA fought the troops of the British government in northeastern India and recorded many victories. However, with the surrender of Japan in 1945, INA's operations stopped. Bose is believed to have died in a plane crash, but the circumstances of his death are not clear.
Yes, dear students, up to now we discussed about the Indian National Army, civil disobedience movement, and the non-cooperation movement, right? The rest part of the chapter will be continued in the next class. Have a nice day. See you. Take care. Bye-bye.